Cowboys legend blown away by Travis Hunter's two-way threat as Jaguars rookie turn heads in minicamp. At Jaguars minicamp, Coach Liam Cohen watched Travis Hunter glide through drills, a smile tugging at the corners of his mouth. "I want savages," Cohen had declared earlier, envisioning a team that plays with relentless intensity. Hunter, with his dual threat capability, embodied this vision. The head coach smiled and said, "He's a football-smart guy. The game makes sense to him." The Heisman Trophy winner is known for playing both sides of the game, the offense and defense. And safe to say the guy's embracing Cohen's mindset. The HC made it clear that Hunter will focus on the wide receiver position, and the Jags are already planning to incorporate him into defensive schemes gradually. And the former Colorado receiver/cornerback is gearing up to complement the Jags' receiving core in his rookie season. Why? Well, on the seventh day of the Jags OTAs, Hunter made a highlight reel interception, and the Jags just shared a clip on their X handle. "Bro is a unicorn face," they captioned as Hunter leaped in the air, fumbled for a moment, but completed the interception with his right hand. Right after that went down, social media lit up, mesmerized by the kind of interception he pulled off. And the Cowboys legend, Dez Bryant, was one of them. "Crazy pick by 12 Fire," Bryant wrote, resharing the post on his official X handle. And get this, the Cowboys legend wasn't the only one who's been able to see what Travis Hunter is capable of. Nope. In fact, the Jaguars quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, has been candid about the number 2 overall pick's capabilities. "Got a lot of juice, like he can run all day," Lawrence told the reporters. "A lot of energy. I love it. Good energy. Always dapping guys up, just bringing juice every day. Like I said, high motor. Can just go. It's like a kid just runs around all day. He doesn't get tired, it seems like. So you can't have enough of that." And then, as far as just talent, kind of speaks for itself. Ball skills, run after the catch, he's very explosive. Just didn't realize how explosive he was in and out of cuts. He's impressive to watch. Entering his rookie season in Jacksonville, Hunter's chemistry with Lawrence would be worth noting, given that the Jags are coming after a poor season. After all, the guy's been explosive in the team's practice sessions, and everyone's now buzzing whether he'll play at receiver or cornerback. Titans GM feels Travis Hunter will play at wide receiver. When the Jags moved up to grab Travis Hunter on day 1 of the 2025 NFL Draft, they were pretty aware of what they were doing. The Jaguars were coming after a season that struggled on the offensive side of the play as well as defensive sides. The Jags ranked 26th in points per game, 18.8, and 25th in total yards per game, 306.2. The defense was the worst of its kind. We're talking allowing 25.6 points per game, ranking 27th, and 389.9 total yards per game, ranking second to last. And if you add quarterback Trevor Lawrence's injury setbacks, then no wonder the Jacksonville team will probably want to hit the reset button on the last season. It was clear the Jags needed someone for Lawrence with more than just hopes and maybes. And yes, Travis Hunter seems the guy. Ever since he arrived in Jacksonville, the fans and analysts alike are buzzing about whether he will play as a receiver or as a cornerback. Though some might argue about this, if you ask the ex-Titans GM, John Robinson, then he'll tell you that the Jags' number 2 pick will play on the offense. It seems like they're going to play him at wide receiver mostly, and then, he'll dabble some over at corner, he said. See, before joining the Titans, Robinson spent a pretty good part of his career in New England. Having said that, he compared Hunter to the likes of Troy Brown and Julian Edelman, noting his receiving abilities. And he wasn't just talking the talk. They gave up a lot of draft capital to go up and get Travis. They believe in him. They think he's a generational player, he added. Long story short, expectations are sky high for Travis Hunter in his rookie season, whether at receiver or corner. Both, you can say, but it'll depend on how well his initial phase of the season works out. Fox reporter blames Deion Sanders for repeatedly sabotaging Shedeur Sanders' career with Browns. The NFL Draft is a high-stakes poker game where whispers in smoky war rooms hold more weight than public accolades. Remember when Aaron Rodgers, green room ready and projected number 1, slid all the way to number 24? That palpable tension, the weight of unspoken doubts. That same unnerving silence seemed to envelop Shedeur Sanders this past April. One word on Deion calling out Shedeur's draft slide projected as a top 5 arm after lighting up college defenses with 4,134 yards, 37 TDs, and a nation-leading 74% completion rate in 2024. The Colorado Phenom tumbled down the board like a fumbled snap. Landing with the Cleveland Browns at pick number 144 felt less like a selection and more like a rescue mission. This, my friends, declared Fox Sports' Jason McIntyre on the herd, is why Shedeur Sanders fell in the draft. When the mic outshouts the arm, Deion's spotlight becomes Shedeur's shadow. McIntyre points a steady finger squarely at the most electrifying presence in Shedeur's orbit, his Hall of Fame father, Deion Sanders. I thought it was probably 50% Deion, 50% Shedeur, McIntyre admitted, before revising his take. I'm now thinking NFL teams, front offices were just like, no thank you on Shedeur Sanders precisely because of this. The Primetime's relentless microphone presence. Folks, it's June, and Deion is already complaining about his son and what went down at the draft. And you know there are teams that passed on Deion this morning. It's the elephant in the war room, the fear of a constant, high-wattage sideshow. Imagine the scene McIntyre paints. Browns GM Joe Stefanski and head coach Kevin Stefanski, hoping for a quiet OTA focus on Myles Garrett's pass rush or Nick Chubb's rehab, instead fielding questions about their fourth-string QB. Why? Because Coach Prime just dropped another podcast grenade. If that's why we didn't want them, McIntyre quipped, impersonating Giants brass. Joe Shane and Brian Dable looking at their owner. I told you, we don't need this crap. He doesn't even challenge Deion's rebuttal to pre-draft whispers, like the bizarre headphone in a meeting rumor. Have an interesting take? Debate. It doesn't really matter. Did he wear headphones to a meeting with a team? I don't know. That seems like something weird to make up. But Deion's pushback is, oh, would he wear headphones? Well, he either did or didn't. For McIntyre, Deion's very act of addressing every slight keeps the noise cranked to 11, overshadowing Shedeur's undeniable on-field resume. 14,353 career yards, 134 TDs, and an INSA record 49 consecutive games with a TD pass. The Cleveland Crucible. Shedeur's challenge in Cleveland was already steep. Scouts questioned his pocket presence, 52 sacks in 2024, arm strength, and whispers of underwhelming interviews followed him. Now, he carries the extra weight of his father's shadow into the dog pound. McIntyre sees zero respite. And, folks, it ain't gonna end here. This is gonna continue anytime Deion steps in front of a microphone. The irony? Primetime's magnetic pull built the Colorado spectacle, but now, with Shedeur and Travis Hunter gone, nobody cares about the Colorado Buffaloes right now. You know what they're gonna ask Deion? Hey, Kenny Pickett threw 3 picks in a preseason game. Deion, your thoughts? Can the legendary talker, whose very nickname embodies the spotlight, resist? And Deion, who has a history of talking, that's what made him famous as prime time. Do you think he's going to be able to stand down and pull back? McIntyre's skepticism is palpable. It's like watching a player try to force quit a glitchy play in Madden, only to have the controller freeze. Every well-intentioned defense from Deion risks becoming an inadvertent fumble recovery for the opposing narrative. Shedeur possesses the tools. Indeed, a 3.9 GPA brain, mentorship from Tom Brady, and legit on-field magic are to forge his own NFL path. But in Cleveland, the clearest path might require his loudest supporter to master the art of the silent snap count. The Browns didn't just draft a promising QB. They drafted the most compelling, potentially distracting, supporting cast in the league. For Shedeur Sanders' career to truly launch, the greatest showman might need to take a seat. Not in the owner's box, though quietly in the stands, letting his son command the huddle without a legendary backseat driver. The play call is simple. Let Shedeur play.